failure does not enter your conscious. There's a serious problem in this community where everyone talks about manifesting their dreams and creating their reality, but everyone's lost, everyone's broke, everyone's listening to hours and hours and hours and hours of content, but nothing's changing. And that's because these people do not understand that your subconscious mind utterly, fully creates your reality. And if you do not remove failure from your subconscious mind, you are fucked. But, and in this subconscious mind, in your subconscious mind, it is dictated by emotional conviction based off of lived experiences that you've had in your life. So everyone's searching for an answer to resolve some level of trauma that they've gone through in the past that made them feel like a failure. But they aren't even addressing the root cause, which is this subconscious acceptance of failure through the emotions of lived and associated memories. The way that you change your subconscious mind, the way that you train your subconscious mind is the deliberate act of meditation, visualization, upon a moment of extreme success, to the point where you burst into tears, or you punch the air, or you have a physical response in which your body is emitting the most intense electrical output ever. Your body becomes the servant to what you're imagining in that moment. And in that moment, your subconscious mind accepts a new belief. Failure does not enter my conscious. And from this act of service for yourself, you no longer need to watch and consume hours of content that's doing absolutely fuck all for you. I have spent so many hours of my life listening to content, trying to resolve this fear of failure, this necessity to prove myself. But I never understood that by me deliberately listening to these videos in a passive way, I was only reprogramming my mind for more failure, because I was never actually doing the thing that I needed to do in order to change my subconscious mind's belief about myself. Now, obviously, if you're a student to mysticism, if you're a student to metaphysics, if you're a student to neuroscience, then by all means continue to listen to content as I do, because I am here to serve you in the best way that I possibly can. But if you're not interested in becoming a student to those things, and you're just trying to change your business and trying to change yourself to become more successful, then you need to stop spending so many hours having someone else solve your issues for you. Instead, as I said, go into a deliberate act of meditation. Visualize yourself experiencing some scene of success. And when I say to emotionally feel it, in which your body emits this electrical shock like you've never felt before, I literally mean it. Like, you need to shock yourself with this new sense of success. Failure does not enter my conscious. It's something you need to be saying over and over and over and over and over. And that's the next part about changing who you are, rewiring your subconscious mind. Because old frequencies are a jealous girlfriend, an insecure, jealous girlfriend or a boyfriend, and they will do anything to get your attention. So in the day, after you've shocked the shit out of yourself and those voices start creeping back up on you, failure does not enter my conscious. 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 And you gotta say it, man. You gotta feel it. You gotta be it. And you gotta continue to do things regardless of the old frequency trying to get your attention back. Because it will. It's a law of reality. And in this transition, it will literally try to do everything it can to bring you back to that old state. But your job is this persistence, this, more importantly, I should say, the emotional persistence around failure not entering your conscious, because you are a successful person. And successful people care not for failure because they don't see failure anywhere. How can I fail when failure doesn't exist? That is the mindset. That needs to be your mindset. Because think about it, if failure doesn't enter my conscious, then I only succeed. I only learn. I only improve. As you develop this inner strength to control your emotions, you will remove the thoughts that you cannot control simply by asserting a new emotional signature for yourself. This mind will continue to think over and over as you are aware. However, through this deliberate act of visualization, through the emotional intensity, you can change what thoughts you're experiencing. And as you change your emotional signature and remove failure from your conscious, the thoughts start to reflect that. And you will also remove the idea of, let me just watch another video. I don't know, I'm feeling like there's an intuitive lead. I gotta go watch another video. Ooh, the universe is telling me to go watch another video. No, that's just your habits. It has nothing to do with God. It has nothing to do with the universe pushing you and nudging you to go do those things. That's just neurochemistry. You gotta stop. Like, you really, really gotta stop. But I get it. Fuck, man, this shit is hard. It's not easy. It really is not. It can be hard, I should say. It was hard, and it can be hard at times, but you gotta take that leap of strength, man. My gal. What do you have to lose by being delusionally confident in yourself? Literally nothing. People are never going to understand you anyways, so what's the point of caring about what people think? No one is ever going to fully understand you. Even your family will never understand you. Your wife, your husband, or your partner will never fully understand you. They don't need to understand you. They just need to see your success. And they will see your success. Mark your words. Failure does not enter my conscious. Failure does not enter my conscious. Failure does not enter my conscious. Say it with me. Failure does not enter my conscious. One more time. Failure does not enter my conscious. Boy, does life become so much more enjoyable in this state of mind. Stress will always exist. Stress is good, depending on the stress, of course. And it's a good thing to be stressed, and you need to apply pressure into your life. Otherwise, you're just going to be sitting around, unfortunately, like a lot of people, not creating for the world, more consuming for themselves. But in this place of stress, you know the outcome. You know you are successful. You know you're going to continue to become more successful. You know you're going to be able to make a certain amount of money. You know you're going to be able to make the friends that you want to make. You know that you're going to become the creator that you want to become. Because failure does not enter my conscious, your conscious. What a better mindset to have than this? Because when you allow failure to enter your mind, you are opening the gates for all sorts of opportunity to bring you back to that old frequency. Not just the old frequency, but all sorts of opportunity to find the physical evidence that you are in fact a failure. But if you choose to occupy the conviction that failure does not enter my conscious, you're only opening the doors for you're only opening opportunity for success. Because how can you not succeed if failure doesn't exist? The only door to go through is success. Bro, you're talking about manifestation, law of attraction. You don't need anything else aside from what you decide. That's it. You don't need to script. You don't need to visualize. Well, there's nuance to that. Let me take that back. I should say you don't need to visualize for hours and hours and hours. Obviously, you're doing something wrong if you're visualizing for hours and hours and hours. You don't need to journal. You don't need to do all of these things that you're supposed to do in order to manifest your reality. It's all just, there's truth. Everything is but a half truth. There's always truth to what you've been doing or what you hear you need to be doing. But why are so many people failures in the space? Why are so many people the classic broke spiritual individual who burns their incense and wears the spiritual pants? Why are they so broke? Why are they so unhealthy? Like, they're not a good example to go off, even though they'll tell you to do all these things, but they have no evidence for themselves. Because they don't understand that what their subconscious mind accepts as truth is the only thing that matters. And they have no awareness around this sense of failure, because they allow failure to enter their conscious. You don't need any of that stuff. You only need to know thyself. And if you know yourself as a successful individual who does not experience failure, you are destined for infinite success. Infinite success. And that does not mean that every day is going to be sunshine and roses. The waves go in and out, day and night. There are seasons. Man, my gal, there's ebbs and flows to your life. The most important thing to do when you're experiencing a season of lack, a season of challenge, a season of failure, is to remain in that state of supreme success, supreme self-knowing, supreme knowing thyself. That, okay, I'm experiencing difficulties right now, but does that mean I'm a failure? Does that mean I'm losing? Does that mean any of these things? Absolutely fucking not. I'm still a fucking G. I'm still a winner. I'm still successful. I'm still a badass. I'm still capable. I'm still X, Y, and Z. So, failure does not enter your conscious. Every single day, you're saying this to yourself. Every single moment you have a thought that does not align with success, failure does not enter my conscious. And you gotta feel that shit, man. Because if you feel it, then you know it. And if you know it, then you are it. Failure does not enter my conscious.